Like, how can you convince someone to kill children?
Erwin Bergenthorpe?
And it all goes back to Daniel Jones.
Dang it. Welcome to Clutch 10, the podcast where we talk about sports 10 questions at a time. My name is Jake Crumley, otherwise known as Crumbly on social media, and my co-host here is Ronnie Hensley. Ronnie
Hensley.
how are we doing today?
Let's do it. Episode 2.
Yes.
Are we ready?
All right. I'm so ready. I'm excited.
Me too, man. Last week was a success. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep the momentum going.
Yes, sir. All right, so the way this podcast works is we have 10 questions prepared, including some of the biggest, most relevant topics in football right now, some surprise questions, some questions that require us doing activities like making a list, and much more. In the future, some questions may be from you guys in the comments, so make sure to drop your questions in the comments if you want to see us answer them. Please do that. We want to see your questions. Yes. Also, at the midway point, Ronnie and I will be doing a little bit of head-to-head trivia that we will be doing every episode. I currently hold a 1-0 lead.
For now.
Also, make sure to stick to the end to get a little bit off topic with us, get to know us better, and that's about it. Anything else, Ronnie, before we get into it?
I think we should just jump in. Question number 1.
Let's do it.
Would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, of course. So the big thing right now, after week 6 in the NFL, is the Buccaneers and the Colts are the only two 5-1 teams in the league. Are the Buccaneers the best team in the NFL?
Are they? I mean, on paper, everything is going their way. Offensively, Baker Mayfield's on fire. He's having a 49ers type of situation where everybody's dead, except this time they're still producing. He's still throwing the guys like Sterling Shepard and getting things done. I mean, what do you think?
I think how can they not be at this point? Baker's playing the best football of his career. They have the best record in the NFL, and they're still going to get back Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, Jalen McMillan, multiple offensive linemen, multiple cornerbacks that they were missing. And Emeka Ibuka missed half the Niners game. He'll be back. He might miss a week or two, but he'll be back. And then Todd Bowles, I really am high on right now. I love his defensive scheme. I love how aggressive he is, and there's not really much they can't do right now. They're getting it done on every single point of the ball, offense, defense, special teams.
I mean, yeah, even all these teams that have been like historically great teams, the Bills have been struggling recently, just lost 2 straight. The Chiefs off to kind of a bad start. We don't even talk about the Ravens. Ravens are their season's over at this point. It seems like the Buccaneers are stepping up and filling those roles. Like there's really nobody in the NFC that's challenging them right now besides the Lions, and even then they're at 2 losses right now.
Yeah, the Eagles are a little bit injured on the defense right now, but the offense has looked rough. And then you got like I think I like the Packers over there, but then also the Niners, of course. No Fred. I mean, it's tough for the Niners.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little bit later. But,
Spoilers.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of how good Baker Mayfield has been playing for the Buccaneers, I next want to go through our early award predictions. Who do we have for all the big awards in the NFL? Who do you got an MVP?
To start, I mean, just keeping with the Buccaneers talk, Baker Mayfield right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the only person that's really challenging him is Matthew Stafford. Those two, I think, are kind of neck and neck right now. Your front runners you'd expect, like Mahomes and Allen, they're having good seasons, but they're not putting together the wins that we're seeing from Baker. And they're not putting together the crazy passing stats like Matthew Stafford.
I think a big thing for Baker, too, is he has a lot of easy defenses left on the schedule. He's going to get a lot of easy matchups. They play in not a very good division either, so that helps a lot. I'll get into that a little bit more later as well. But yeah, I mean, I think Baker's going to continue to eat because he's going to get these weapons back, and the defenses aren't going to get that much better. So that's what I've got for MVP. Do you have a player for Offensive Player of the Year?
OPOY, I have 3 that I kind of wrote down. First, Jackson Smith-Njigba been balling out this year. Yeah, doing incredible. I mean, maybe not as talented. Well, I mean, he's a really talented guy, but in terms of like, we were talking about Puka Nacua last week. Puka Nacua is up there too. Is the other guy I have, and then also Jonathan Taylor. I want to give a shout out to him. He's been kind of keeping this Colts team alive. Yeah. So those are my 3
guys I had.
Wow, really?
Yeah, those are 3 guys I had. I think I had is the same order. I had JSN, then Puka, then Jonathan Taylor. JSN I think has the edge for me. He's on pace for almost 2,000 yards and almost 120 receptions, and I think the big thing with him is it's a little bit more efficient in the air than Puka.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and that connection with Sam Darnold is just absolutely electric right now. So JSN is my offensive player of the year so far. What about defensive player of the year?
Defensive player of the year, I couldn't really come to a consensus myself. I had guys like Nick
Mm,
Benito down,
mm-hmm,
people I love like TJ Watt, who
mm-hmm.
got robbed and he needs another one to compensate. But I couldn't really come up with a guy right now that's really ahead of the pack. Did you have someone in mind?
Yeah, I do want to say Nick Benito was my honorable mention. He's done really well this season, 8 sacks in 6 games, tied sixth in the NFL with 7 tackles for loss. But my number one guy in the doghouse is Aiden Hutchinson.
Mm,
6 sacks, not at 8, but still fourth in the NFL. He's tied first in pressures in the league with 33. He also has 4 forced fumbles, which is
yes,
also leading the league,
turnover game's
and that's
big.
huge. Turnovers, yes, turnovers are huge. So Aiden Hutchinson is my leader right now.
Who do you have for rookie of the year?
For offensive rookie of the year, it's kind of hard. We were just talking about Emeka Buka, but we don't quite know how much time he's gonna miss. If it's like 1 or maybe 2 weeks, I think he's still my guy. He's fourth in the NFL in yards right now, third in yards per reception, or third in yards per receptions for wide receivers with 30 targets, and then tied second in touchdowns with 5. But if he's out for more than like 2 weeks, I think it's probably Jackson Dart, even though he
Oh
hasn't
wow.
started the whole season. It's a little bit more projection on my end there, but
I'd still go with a guy like Ibuka. Again, like we don't know how long he's
mm-hmm,
out for, but in terms of what we've seen on the field, what we have, a guy like Emeka is, I mean, he's kind of unparalleled in terms of the offensive rookies. We might see like an Ashton Jinty creep up there if he gets things going late in the season.
I like
Uh,
that.
but right now, whatever happens with the injury side, I think my guy's still Emeka. What
Yeah,
about
that's fair.
defense?
Right now, it's definitely Mika. It was just a little bit projection, and I do think quarterbacks obviously have an advantage in all of these awards.
Yeah,
So if Dart plays pretty consistently throughout the whole year, even if it's not super good, if it's just consistent, and Amika misses like 3 or 4 weeks, then it's going to be really hard for Amika to beat out Dart. But let's move over to defensive rookie of the year. Who do you got?
Abdul Carter. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just playing lights out. I don't even think it's really right now a debate.
Yeah, I mean, he only has 1 sack, but that definitely doesn't tell the whole story. He's seventh in the league in QB hits and 15th in QB pressures.
And he's
And
a rookie.
he's and he's a rookie, and he's getting mixed in a lot because they have a lot of guys on the defensive line for the Giants. So yeah, I think Abdul Carter is pretty easy there. Nobody else has really separated themselves from the pack outside of Carter, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's only getting better. He's really
Yeah.
only getting better. What about
hmm
protector of the year, offensive lineman?
Oh, I didn't think about
New
this.
award, yeah.
Who do
One
you have? I
one
want to hear who you
guy
have.
I circled. We were talking about. I think last week, Panay Sewell has to be up
Yeah,
there for the Lions.
that's my first thought.
But this guy, I was just looking through the stats. 97.1 grade center for the Falcons, Ryan Newsill. Ryan
Mm,
Newsill is first among all centers, and especially these last couple of weeks, the Falcons have put together some good games. It has to do with the O line. Bijan Robinson had a crazy game last week. The O line helped. I mean, he was running through people, but a lot of those runs was
hmm
because of the O line, especially those
Yeah,
interior runs. So I gotta give a shout out to Ryan Newsill, center for the
I like the
Falcons.
shout out to the Falcons O line here. They've been really good.
They
Not to
also,
throw in.
I think
What was that?
they had a guard too that was really high up there. I didn't put him down, but
Their whole low line is really solid.
yeah,
It's really solid. And I don't like throwing. I don't want to throw this player under the bus, but I'm not the biggest Michael Penix guy. And I think that O line and Bijan combination is carrying this team right now. Drake London's also playing his butt off right now.
yeah.
But yeah, the O line is huge over there. What about comeback player of the year?
Uh, Daniel Jones. For me, it's gotta be Daniel Jones.
I
The
think we're viewing it differently. This is always the thing with comeback player of the year because some people view it as like bounce back, some people view it as injury.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it was injury, Damar Hamlin would have gotten it. Instead, they gave it to who they
That's a
give it
great point.
to? Yeah, but for me, I just feel like Daniel Jones' career all but over. Like people completely ran him
hmm
off, Geno Smith style, and he's just really found crazy new life. If he keeps things going, not to spoil anything, but if
Yeah,
he keeps things going, I think he kind of has comeback locked up just because of the trajectory. His career was just going, downhill, and suddenly we have new life.
my big thing is if Aiden Hutchinson wins Defensive Player of the Year, like I think he's going to after that gruesome injury last year, how can he not win Comeback Player of the Year as well?
That's true. Kind of like an Alex Smith situation where you're coming back
Hmm.
from terrible injury.
Yeah,
I
like
think
it was bad.
yeah, it could definitely happen.
Yeah, I also had Dak down because Dak is playing really really high level ball right now, but I
He's
do
get
think Aiden Hutchinson would have the edge. What about Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year. Give me Mike Tomlin. Give me Mike Tomlin. Where are his Coach of the Year awards? He's putting together
I
season
think
after season. It's kind of like an Oscars kind of thing where they just give it to someone who should have gotten way more than they have. Just give him the free Coach of the Year award
I
for
think
what
he's
he's
like
done.
third right now, bro.
But he's up there. He's definitely
He's
up
up
there.
there. I think Shane Steichen and then Kyle Shanahan are definitely above him. I think I'd give it to Steichen right now because I think he has the best chance of winning it.
Yeah.
It's harder for Shanahan now that Fred Warner's out.
And
But I mean,
the award voters love giving it to these types of teams that have been like mediocre. Suddenly the coaches, they like that first year where they skyrocket. They really love giving those awards, like a Kevin Stefanski.
yeah,
So I could definitely
yeah.
see Shane Steichen.
Yeah, Steichen and Shanahan are my front runners right now, and both of them have something very in common with pretty surprising quarterback play from Daniel Jones and Mac Jones, the Jones brothers, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on to our next question, which kind of ties into that. Who are the most surprising players in the NFL this year?
All right, I have two down, and they're actually on the same team.
Mm,
I'm just gonna go with the first one, Javonte Williams, running back for the
mm,
Cowboys. Uh, I've had him on my fantasy teams. Not to make this about fantasy or anything, but I've had him on my fantasy teams years past, and he's been mid. He's been a bench warmer, but now he's been crazy. Like
yeah,
going from the Broncos to the Cowboys really gave him new wheels to turn.
yeah. I also have Javonte down. He was one of my favorite running backs back in his first couple years with Broncos,
Mm-hmm.
and then he kind of never got healthy, and then the scheme kind of got all under Nathaniel Hackett, you know. And
Exactly.
now he's on the Cowboys, new life, fresh start, and he's absolutely killing it. I love it for him.
Absolutely
Who
balling
was the
out.
other guy you got?
George Pickens.
Hmm.
George Pickens
That
is number 3 in receiving yards. And I know he was great on the Steelers, but he was always kind of like a deep threat kind of guy. You see him with one crazy catch per game, and then he's pedestrian after that. But he's actually finding kind of a role on this Cowboys offense, especially with CeeDee Lamb out. I thought he's been amazing.
I'm surprised you say that as a Steelers fan. I'm really surprised you say that.
Hey, I love my guys whether they leave or not. I gotta root for them.
No, I'm just surprised you think it's surprising
Well,
because I feel like I think the big thing with him is I always knew he was skilled. It's just can he like lock in and stop being like a douchebag? You know.
yeah, but number 3 of all wide receivers, that's
That's true.
surprising to
That's
me.
true. That's a good point. I have a bunch of guys that I'm just gonna really go quickly through.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Lloyd has taken an absolute jump for the Jaguars this year. He leads the NFL with 4 interceptions as a linebacker. He has a pick six that was like 100 yards, and he has a fumble reception. He has been wreaking havoc for the Jaguars defense. I have a bad one here. Geno Smith. Geno Smith started to right back this year. He hasn't been very good.
He's been
Aaron
riding.
Rodgers is a guy that I thought was out of gas, but apparently he's not because he's leading the
Why
Steelers
would
to
you ever
4-1
think
right
that?
now.
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle, another guy that I didn't think he was bad with the Cowboys, but I didn't think he could come and then first opportunity he gets at the Panthers, he gets 450 yards in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Rico Dowdle, another like Javonte Williams is another crazy running back breakout
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
nowhere.
Another running back that's playing a lot better. Maybe not like some sort of crazy breakout, but like Travis Etienne Jr. I didn't think I thought he was gonna be like, I thought it was gonna be a pretty big running back by committee this year, and he's gotten a good amount of that work. Quentin Johnston for the
Oh
Chargers.
yeah, Quinn Johnston.
I feel like everybody in the sports media world was bought out on him, and then he's become like an integral part of the offense now. And
Yeah,
then last guy I
100%.
got Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon Boutte bet on like 400 games last year and spent time in jail in early 2024. And now he's turned it around and he's actually playing like decent for
I
the
know,
Patriots.
doing really well for the Patriots. I have one more. Do you have any more?
Yeah. No, I'm out.
I have one more. His name is Dustin Little. Have you heard of him?
Dustin Little.
He is the athletic trainer for the 49ers. And let me read you out some stats. He's not a player, but 2018, fourth most injured team in the league. 2019, sixth most. 2020, first most. 2021, third most. 2022, ninth most. Last year, first most. You think you get it together at some point. It's surprising. He's the most surprising player on my list because it's surprising he's still on the team. He's still the athletic trainer. You think he'd be working at Wendy's by now, especially after this year. So, I want to segue from him into our next question. Because of him, because of everything he's done, are the 49ers cooked this year?
Yeah. That was a great segue, by the way. I got to give you props for that.
Thank
but
you.
I mean, you're gonna put 8 new starters on this defense and then take away 2 All-Pro guys in Nick Bosa and Fred Warner.
The leaders of
I
the
know
defense.
Robert Saleh. Yeah, exactly. I know Robert Saleh's here, and he's a great defensive mind. But that is so much like leadership gone, and so much. It's so hard to jump that big of a difference between last year and this year, and then have a solid defense. It's just not going to happen.
There's only so much you can do. I mean, both sides of the ball are just completely knocked up.
Yeah.
How long is Ricky Pierce out for?
He could be back next week.
He could be
next week. The offense I'm not worried about. I think the offense is good. The only thing, though, is that the offense isn't good enough to carry the defense because the offense can't control the ball because they can't run the ball because the offensive line sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, our passing game's still pretty good. But you can only do so much, especially with how torn apart our defense is. I know it's next man up. We do have a lot of talented guys, but this team can only take so much of a toll.
Yeah, and I think we could see that after the Buccaneers or during the Buccaneers game. Like as soon as Warner was out, the defensive communication like went to hell. It was no longer existent. There were so many blown coverages and just guys wide open. As soon as Fred Warner was gone, it was such a night and day difference.
Yeah,
with and without Fred Warner.
I mean, maybe saving grace. They don't have the toughest schedule in the world. But we'll have to see if they can string together wins now.
I don't think it's crazy to say they have a pretty good chance at making the playoffs still, especially with starting out 4-2. But I think they just have a very poor chance of actually winning maybe more than one playoff game.
Yeah.
It's not that their floor is lowered. I mean, obviously it is, but I think they're still going to be good for the regular season. It's just their playoff ceiling is capped.
Yeah, they're not going to make a deep playoff run. It's kind of wraps for them.
I mean, maybe you could. I just saw Drew Brees rank the Niners as his third ranked team still. Wow. Like he despite the Fred Warner injury, he said that. But we'll see.
That's Kyle Shanahan. Okay, I want to move on to my surprise question for you.
All right, let's see.
Here's a surprise. Kind of going in with the playoffs. Who's gonna make the Super Bowl? I'm gonna go rapid fire. You just tell me: are these teams contenders or pretenders?
All right, cool.
Contenders means deep playoff, not like winning a Super Bowl or anything, but do these teams have a shot?
Yeah.
Packers.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. If Jordan Love gets hot in the playoffs, 100% because the defense is great.
Okay, the Rams.
Yes, 100%. They're one of my favorites. Matthew Stafford is friggin' goated, man.
The Broncos.
No, I don't think the offense has enough juice in it. I don't think they excel at one thing enough. The defense is great, but I don't see the Broncos as true contenders.
The Seahawks.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say, yeah, Sam Darnold's playing the best football of his career. The defense is also really, really good. I'm really high on the Seahawks defense. I think if you can get Brock Purdy to a Super Bowl, you can get Sam Darnold to a Super Bowl.
Fair enough. The Steelers.
No. I don't think the offense has enough juice in it. The defense, again, is great. That's 3 teams in a row where it's like... I mean, the Seahawks have more offensive juice than the Broncos and the Steelers, but I don't quite know if the Steelers... because the run game is just all right, and then Rodgers is good, but he's not like a high-volume passer anymore to take you to the playoffs.
Jalen Warren's the next Derrick Henry, for one.
All right.
Number 2, if you watch that game, he was running through people. And this offense has looked better than ever. And this defense is the best in AFC right now in terms of just points allowed. But I digress. Falcons.
No, I think I'm not a big Michael Penix guy, and the defense is good but not great. Like the offense is rolling, but not because of Penix. And I think when you get to the playoffs, those big weaknesses like I see Penix as get outshined.
Okay. The Colts.
Does Daniel Jones continue this play? I'll give him a chance.
You'll say yeah
I'll
for the
give him a
Colts?
chance.
Okay.
Because Jonathan Taylor is like he's so good right now. And I know it's like I just said I kind of said a conflicting thing about that with the Falcons just now, like the run game. But I do think the Colts defense is better than the Falcons.
Fair enough. The Vikings?
No. They just don't have the quarterback this season. I'm not saying JJ McCarthy will never be good, but he's not going to be good this season and Carson Wentz is freaking Carson Wentz, man.
Yeah. The Bears?
No, not yet. The defense is not good enough. I like the offense, but I do think Caleb still gets a little bit too out of structure, still tries to do too much right now. But the defense, the secondary is just thin.
I do think they're getting better though. It definitely
They
feels
are
different.
for sure.
It feels like a different year than what we're used to with the Bears. The
Yeah.
Lions?
Yes, 100%.
The Jaguars?
Trevor Lawrence pisses me off, man, because he should be so good and then he's just not. Like I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm gonna say yeah though. I think Liam Cohen is known for like fixing up quarterbacks. I don't think like it's out of the question that Trevor Lawrence just gets better throughout the year, and the defense looks amazing.
All right. And then last but not least, the Chargers.
Um, mm, it's just the Chargers, and it's hard for me to say the Chargers. Like it's the Chargers. It's not even anything about them. It's just the Chargers. And I
Yeah.
think a big thing about them is they're really sloppy right now. Big on penalties recently. The offensive line has also been really beat up, but even after you get Joe Alt back, you're still going to be missing Rashawn Slater for the whole year. I just don't know. I'm going to say no for the Chargers.
Wow. Okay. That's all the teams
Yeah.
I have for you.
Yeah. All right. So that's 5 questions. We are at our halfway point. What time is it, Ronnie?
It's trivia time.
Yeah, yes, it is. All right. So today's trivia, we have some head-to-head fact or cap. So Ronnie and I each brought 5 questions, and we're gonna alternate saying, or sorry, we each brought 5 facts or made-up facts, and we're gonna alternate saying these facts, and we have to decide if they are fact or cap. And yeah, the person that gets the most correct out of 5 wins. Are you ready?
Sounds good.
You want to go first, or you want to go second?
I'll go first.
All right.
All right. Here is my fact for you. The
Mm-hmm.
shortest player to ever play in the NFL was 5'4". Fact or cap?
Wasn't I swear it was Tariq Cohen. I'm gonna say fact.
That's wrong.
Really?
5'5" is the shortest.
And it was Tariq Cohen?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my god. That's lame. Okay. My first one for you. The leader for quarterbacks this year with at least one play, one snap, in EPA per play, expected points added per play, is Andy Dalton.
Has Andy Dalton played a snap?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna go cap. I feel like I would have heard about the Andy Dalton.
It is true. Andy Dalton.
Wow.
At the end, it was the most recent Panthers loss, I believe. He played 7 plays at the end for a total of 9.91 total EPA for 1.42 EPA per play. Next best in the NFL is Jordan Love at 0.3.
Wow.
Versus 1.42 for Dalton.
I need to watch these Panthers games more. Andy Dalton's my guy. I love him. Okay.
All right.
The man who invented modern day football. His name was Erwin Bergenthorpe. Fact or cap?
Erwin Bergenthorpe?
Erwin Bergenthorpe.
I feel like you wouldn't just make that up. I feel like that has to be. I'm gonna say true.
It's cap. I made it up. Walter Camp is the inventor of modern day football.
I'm sorry, I'm not tapped into NFL history enough.
All
right. We were just speaking about the Chargers, but I have a Chargers one for you.
Okay.
The Chargers are the definition of mediocrity as they are 5-5 in their last 10 games and 50-50 in their last 100 games.
Wow. Perfect 50-50. I'm gonna go cap.
Yeah, it's cap.
I don't know if the Chargers are 5-5 in their last 10.
Yes. No. That was cap. They are 7-3 in their last 10, 46-54 in their last 100.
No, but it's close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My factoid for you. The Browns, Cardinals, and Lions are the only 3 teams to go 0-17. Fact or cap?
Um, I'm gonna go cap because only the Browns were 0-17. The other ones were 0-16 or less, right?
That's what I meant. Like complete no wins. I should have rephrased it.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
still stand by it?
Did the Cardinals? I know the Lions did, and I know the Browns did. Did the Cardinals? I'm gonna go true.
Cap. The Cardinals never had a completely losing
I knew
season.
it. I didn't listen to my instincts, bro.
I should have
Dang
I
it.
should have phrased it better, but sorry, not sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right. I have another EPA one for you. The leader in total EPA, not EPA per play,
Okay.
but total expected points added for running backs this season, is Rico Dowdle.
Ooh.
So not per play, a total stat for so season accumulatively.
I feel like he's kind of broken out recently. This isn't like a full season thing, but I'm gonna go cap. Is it true?
It's true.
Oh
Which is
wow.
crazy because he's only had 2 starts.
That's what I was
But
saying.
right? He has a total of 12.3 total EPA. He's ahead of the next best by like about 3
Wow.
points.
That's
So
crazy.
impressive.
Okay, my next one for you. The 2-point conversion was not introduced until 1997.
97?
1997.
Is this sounds like the NBA not adding the 3-point line until later. Like that's so weird that it wasn't a thing. I'm gonna go true.
It's cap.
Bro, are you kidding me?
1994, which is still pretty late if you think about it.
Are you kidding me?
But yeah,
All
that's
right.
cap.
So, all right. The only quarterback drafted by the Broncos to ever win a playoff game is Tim Tebow.
Wow. I mean, obviously you guys like Peyton Manning, but they weren't drafted by the Broncos to ever win a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Did the Broncos win a playoff game last year? I could have sworn they did. Or am I tripping? I know they were in the playoffs.
Can't give you that
I'm gonna
answer.
go cap.
Wow.
Wow.
They did not win. I had to look that up as well. But yeah, Bo Nix, they lost in the first round last year. Tim Tebow, the only Broncos quarterback ever drafted by them to win a playoff game. Crazy, right?
I thought Bo Nix maybe won one last year. That's on me. I should have known.
So you're up 1-0 right now. I need this next one.
You need this one. Here's my last one. Okay. The NFL is planning on having a game in Saudi Arabia by 2030.
I think that was true. I feel like I saw that.
It's cap.
Really?
No Saudi Arabia games.
Bro, 0 for 5. That's rough. All right, I'll give you your last one, just cause. Minimum 100 routes ran this year. The wide receiver with the lowest catch percentage is Brian Thomas Jr.
Wow. Lowest? I know he's having a down year, but lowest? I mean, maybe if you're getting targeted a lot. I'm going to go cap.
Yeah, that is correct. It was cap. He's at 50%, which is really low, but it's only 74th out of 84 wide receivers. Lowest is Dante Thornton of the Raiders with 31.25%. Really bad.
Jesus.
I know, right?
Wow.
So all right, you win the trivia for this week. Yes. 1-0, which was a really rough showing for me going 0 for 5, but that's okay.
All of mine were cap, and you thought they were all true, by the way. They were all cap.
Wait, I said true for every single one?
Yeah.
No way I did that. I didn't realize that. I was just talking myself into each one, I think. Dang it.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Yeah, so we're 1-1 all time in trivia.
1-1, we're tied.
Yes.
Here is the next question. Kind of a bit of a pivot, but guy that had a horrible game last week. One of the worst games we've ever seen an NFL quarterback have. Justin Fields. Is it wraps for him? Is Justin Fields out of chances?
I think for now, yeah. I think after the season, yeah. You cannot play winning football in the NFL if you cannot pass the ball. It creates a one-dimensional offense. It makes it nearly impossible to make comebacks when you're down because ultimately you're not going to be able to get an early lead every game.
Yeah.
And you can see that just from the stat that he's 0-28 when opponents score 30 points. because he can't pass the ball. He can't get his team back in the game. And I think even their coach, Aaron Glenn, recognizes that because he doesn't believe in him to pass at all because like at the halftime last week, they had 50 seconds left at the end of the first half. They were damn near the 50-yard line, and he didn't trust Justin Fields to advance the ball downfield with his arm and conduct a 2-minute drill.
That's also because Aaron Glenn is fraudulent and he should never be an NFL coach. But I mean, it's just a Jets thing, man. Like yes, Justin Fields is not the greatest quarterback of all time. He's probably not even like a top 30 quarterback in the league. But I could still see him, finding a spot on a team that maybe values his talents more than the Jets. I mean, he got to the playoffs, or he didn't get to the playoffs, but the first few games with the Steelers, he was doing well until they benched him, and they really only benched him to make sure Russell Wilson didn't hurt his feelings being on that roster.
I disagree. I don't think he was playing for the Steelers take. I don't think he was playing as well as a lot of people thought he was.
He was playing the same level of football as Russell Wilson was that year, and they still made.
That's a really low bar. That's a really low bar.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, maybe it's going off of what I said last week. Maybe it's just the team, like the Jets. Maybe. The Jets are just nobody wants to be on the Jets.
I just think if you have a guy that can't pass the ball semi-consistently, it just puts your team in such a bad spot. You can create productive offenses, but what has he done this year outside of the first game and outside of garbage time? Nothing. It's been all bad. He's only looked good in garbage time.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, in terms of being a starter, I think it might be wraps for him soon.
Yeah,
but I think he can find some success on the bench. Giving people water bottles and stuff.
He's gonna be a backup for a long time as long as he's athletic.
Yeah,
because you can bring him in for running sets.
Exactly.
Like I think especially when I think he can be very valuable trying to run down a game when you're trying to run the ball because just read optioning every play makes it so much harder on the defense. To cover.
Maybe he can be a good placeholder for the kicker. Who knows? He'll find his spot somewhere.
I think so. But yeah, so going back to the Steelers' point, I do think his good start to last year was a little bit fraudulent. I wasn't as high on him as a lot of people were. But speaking of some more possible frauds, was the Chargers 3-0 start this year fraudulent?
In my humble opinion, no. I think the Chargers still have it. Well, I look at who they beat. They beat the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Raiders. The Raiders, terrible team. But the Chiefs and the Broncos, these are like possible contenders. I know. I think you said no for the Broncos, but they're still like a playoff level team.
Yeah, they are.
Same with the Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs are always going to be the Chiefs. You beat the Chiefs in Week 1. You beat the Broncos, and then talking about their losses, they lost against the Giants, which is a little sus. But I mean, the Giants are kind of like a sneaky fun team this year. They just beat the Eagles. It's not like a team where, at least right now, if a contender loses to them, you're like, what are you doing? Like, it's kind of accepted at this point. The Giants are kind of that any given Sunday team. They just happen to go their way on Sunday. That's why I think they're not frauds. That they're racking up wins against teams they should win against, losing against teams maybe not that they should lose against, but at least teams that like it makes sense that they lose against, like the Commanders and the Giants. Like I'm not surprised by their schedule right now.
I think that fraudulent is the wrong word, but I do think they're not quite as good as that 3-0 start. Like I don't think they're bad, because I think fraudulent implies that they're bad, but I do think they're not playing at that level of 3-0. Like I don't think they're going to. Injuries obviously haven't helped. I touched on this a bit, but no Rashawn Slater for the year. Joe Alt's been out for a few games now. Those are your two star tackles. That's really hard to do anything with because the inside of that line is not very good. Quentin Johnston was actually a huge, like, you could see the effect in that Dolphins game. Because Keenan's kind of old and Justin Herbert was trying to find guys downfield, and Quentin Johnston was not there. Also, your two running backs are out right now. Najee's out for the year. Hampton is probably out long term, probably to week like 10 to 12. I saw
losing Hampton's a big blow.
That is a big blow. Like Kamani Vidal is not a terrible running back, but he's not like starting level RB1 guy.
Exactly.
So injuries haven't helped after the 3-0 start, but also the defense is starting to struggle. Giving up 27 to the Commanders is acceptable, but then following that up with 27 to the Dolphins without Tyreek Hill is unacceptable. And they've also been really undisciplined over the last 3 games. They've been getting smoked in the penalties column. None
Yeah.
of those games have been close in the penalties regard.
Yeah, but in terms of penalties, this is a fixable issue. Obviously, injuries are not, but I think if they clean up their game, they could live up at least somewhat to their 3-0 start. Like I see playoffs, maybe even
Yeah,
a playoff win or two for the Chargers. You never know.
I definitely do think that they could win a playoff game or two. I just don't know. Something about them just screams like not Super Bowl to me.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean that's just the Chargers.
it
That's
might be the
just the
defense because
Chargers.
the defense isn't all that injured, and they've been kind of rough after the 3-0 start. But yeah,
Fair enough.
I want to move on to our next section now. One that we did last week, but we're gonna adjust it a little bit. What are our biggest NFL hot takes? We both brought one.
Just
Ronnie,
one.
I want to hear yours
You
first.
want to hear mine first? All right.
Yeah.
My hot take of the day: the Colts are going to miss the playoffs
After starting 5-1,
after starting 5-1.
and Jonathan Taylor being on track for like 20 touchdowns at 1,800 yards.
Yes. Here's my reasoning. And it all goes back to Daniel Jones. 2022, the New York Giants started 6-1 with Daniel Jones at the helm, and they finished their season 3-6-1. They barely made the playoffs because they had a tie. They finished 9-7-1. If Daniel Jones can have that kind of, just complete collapse later in the season, I'm not sold on the Colts. And their strength of schedule is kind of, it's the fifth hardest schedule in the league, going from today onwards. They have to face the Steelers, the Jaguars twice. They have to face teams like the Chargers and the Seahawks. And I'm not confident against any of this, even the Niners.
That's a great point. Although I do want to say Daniel Jones is playing miles better right now than he did back then. Even though they started out 6-1, he is playing a lot better. And a lot of it is the system. The system is so much more quarterback friendly, and that's helping him out. He also didn't have, I don't know. I guess I can see it, but I don't know if I can see them missing the playoffs after starting 5-1.
I'm also thinking about
I
teams like the Chiefs that are definitely going to have like a spring
yeah,
forward. Somebody needs to, and the AFC is a lot more competitive than the NFC was in 2022.
they're
Somebody needs
log
to
jammed. Yeah,
somebody needs to fall down. So I think if the Colts have a collapse like they did with the Giants in the season, like 9 wins, I could see them missing the playoffs if they don't win the South.
that's reasonable. I don't. Yeah, I can see it. I don't agree with it, but I can. I like your reasoning for it.
All right, let me hear your hot take.
All right, my hot take of the day. The Titans releasing Mike Vrabel was an even worse move than trading AJ Brown.
Yeah, I mean,
Vrabel's a top 10 head coach in the NFL at minimum, maybe top 5. AJ Brown is elite, but they would have had to pay him long term anyways. That the Titans typically don't pay guys that much. Vrabel could have been their stable head coach for decades and outlasted AJ Brown.
yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even think that's that bad of a take, like that hard of a take. I mean,
Maybe not.
we're already seeing Mike Vrabel is doing wonders with the Patriots, and AJ Brown
Yeah.
continues to complain after winning a Super Bowl with the Eagles.
Yeah.
He's
I
kind of
just
a
feel
diva.
like I see a lot of the Titans have looked bad ever since they traded AJ Brown, and it's never the Titans have looked bad ever since they released Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, and AJ Brown wasn't the
And
guy keeping that team together. It's
I
Derrick
think
Henry,
it's more of a Mike Vrabel thing than an AJ Brown thing.
1,000,000%. I agree with you 100% on that. Mike
Yeah.
Vrabel's a great coach.
Yeah. All right. That's our hot take section of the day. A little bit shorter than last week, but that's okay. Now we're going to go on to a little game we have, a little surprise. Are we on the same wavelength, Ronnie? Are we?
We'll find out. Let's see.
All right. All right. So if you guys don't know what the game wavelength is, basically we're each going to take a turn at this, but one of us will come up with a number in our head and the other person is going to have 3 questions to ask, such as maybe like give me an NFL quarterback. And if I came up with a number, I'm going to have to give him a quarterback that kind of aligns with that number. So like a 10 would be like a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. A 0 would be like a Justin Fields, Maybe not 0, but a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 is best, 0 is worst.
I have to guess the number he's thinking using just telepathy.
Yes, exactly. So do you want to guess first or you want to come up with the number first?
I don't know. But up to you, man.
All right. I'll come up with the number first.
All right. Let me know if you have your number.
All right, I have my number.
All right. First question.
Yeah.
Quarterback, but based on how likely they are to fall for an email phishing scam. 0, they're rock solid. 10, they're super gullible.
10 is super gullible. I need an email phishing scam.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. He seems like kind of like a headstrong guy. I don't think he would. Maybe in his like not in his brightest moment. You know, he gets the email. It's late at night. You know, he's kind of sad. He feels bad. He's like, you know what? I'll give this person money. But maybe just out of like just the kindness of his heart, and not like a being dumb thing. So right now I'm thinking like 6 or 7. My next question. Uh-oh. I like that reaction. My next question.
No, it
Quarterbacks.
wasn't from the number. It was 6 or 7, Jake. That's what it was too.
Quarterbacks.
The number.
Quarterbacks based on how cheap they are. Like they're going to the groceries.
Cheap.
They're going to the groceries and they're buying the cheapest groceries. They're not paying for subscriptions. You know, they're watching Stream East. How cheap are they? They value the dollar.
Okay. Interesting. That's a really hard. These are hard questions to answer, man. I don't know where I'm supposed to go with this. I'll give you Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Ooh. He seems like he'd be bullied in high school and he wants to like flex on the haters. Like, yeah, look at me now. So I'm thinking he's not very cheap. So right now I'm thinking like 4 or 5.
This has nothing to do with like what the actual number is, but I feel like my take on. Oh wait, never mind. Actually, that was totally gonna spoil it. Okay.
Whoa,
never mind. Never mind. I'm not saying anything. Never mind.
I'm back to 6, 7 now. Okay, final one. Final one. Players with CTE. 10, like they're bonked in the head. They're like Frankenstein. 0,
just any
like
player.
Einstein. Current day players. Current day players.
Huh.
How much CTE
Let's go
do
with,
they have?
Man, this is rough. Gosh, I can't give like a good one.
I believe in you.
I'll just give you Scatterbo.
Wow. Okay. I mean, obviously, he's kind of the face of like rookie CTE, but also he hasn't had that many games in him. Like he's running through people left and right. He doesn't care about head trauma.
No, he does not.
But he's not so like late into his career that it's really
he's not
by him. Yeah. He's not smelling colors and seeing sounds and stuff. So my final guess is gonna be. I'm between 6, 7. I'm between 6 and 7. I'm gonna go 7. My final guess is 7.
It was 8.
Oh, 8. You think Trevor Lawrence
I was
is not
trying
gullible?
to get you up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was close though.
Close. We're not totally on the same wavelength, but maybe we can redeem ourselves here.
All right. Let me think of a number. I got my number.
All right. Give me a current NFL running back. My questions are not nearly as fun as yours.
Current NFL running back? I'm going to go speak with the Chargers. Kamani Vidal.
Oh, so we're like bottom 2. We're 0 to 2. Okay, give me an NFL logo.
A logo?
Like based on how cool it is.
Based on how cool it is? I'm going to go with, this is just personal taste, by the way. I'm going to go with the Bears. Not the bear, but the C. Just the C, not the bear.
Okay, I was going to say, I love the bear. Like the Bears, like maybe a 10, but the C is like, it's lame. It's like the Cincinnati Reds. I'm at like a 1. Give me a current NFL head coach.
Current head coach. I'm going to go with, I got to think about this. Give me head coach.
Yeah.
Give me it's hard to pick this number because I feel like I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Tweener.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. Yeah, but I feel like no matter who I say, it's gonna be exaggerated, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Give me no shade, D'Amico Ryans
I love D'Amico Ryans.
as a head
I think he's
coach.
a.
As a head coach.
I think it's more of. I think the Texans' problem is more of a general manager problem than a head coach problem. Man, I know I'm getting on your wavelength. This is not my wavelength. I'm getting on your wavelength on what you're thinking as a head coach of D'Amico Ryans.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a 1.
It was 3. I was trying to bump you up
It
with
was
D'Amico.
3. It
Yeah.
was Vidal. Vidal was too bad because he's like third string. I was like,
Yeah,
dang,
but
okay.
he's not like the worst quarterback in the world. I can go for practice squad players if I wanted one.
That's true. That's true. All right. So not on the same wavelength today. That's okay.
Sadly
We
not.
failed. But that's okay because now we can get on the same wavelength in the clutch call.
Yes, we made it. Question
Yes.
10. Let's do
Yes,
it.
so the clutch call is what we end off with every single episode. It's just a question that we have to agree on an answer.
Mm-hmm.
And the question this week, can we agree on predicting the 1 seed for each league?
For each conference, yeah.
Conference, yes, sorry. Who do you got for the AFC?
For the AFC, I'm between 3. I'm gonna go with the one that I believe in and the ones I'm hoping for. Bills is still my 1 seed. I know they just lost 2 straight, but I think I'm not too worried about them. I think they're gonna kind of coast. Besides that, Patriots, easiest strength of schedule. Like they can have a cakewalk if they can just keep putting together wins. The Patriots might sneak their way to a 1 seed, and then finally the one that I truly believe in, the Steelers, who will be the 1 seed.
I don't have any of those.
Wow.
I only have one team, but I don't have any of those.
Okay, who's your 1 seed?
I do not want this to happen. This is worst possible
Oh,
case.
is it the Chiefs?
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes is inevitable, dude. Other
Yes.
teams are crumbling. The Chargers and Bills are both in rough stretches. The Ravens and Bengals are virtually taken out of the picture because their quarterback injuries. I just trust the Chiefs long term over like the Steelers and the Colts.
Fair
The
enough.
Bills and Patriots, I definitely do trust, and I do think they're probably my next teams. But the Chiefs' offense looks really good right now, dude. Mahomes is playing his butt off right now, and the defense hasn't looked great, but they played pretty well against the Lions last week.
Here's what I'll say about the Chiefs. They're not a team that needs to make the 1 seed to win the Super Bowl. Like they're
Yeah.
content with being, like 2, 3, or 4, and still competing. I just think in terms of regular season, I think the Bills might just edge out a better regular season.
I just view this Chiefs team as the Chiefs team a couple years ago that started out like 2-4 and then didn't lose a game. I'm not saying they're not going to lose a game for the rest of the season, but I wouldn't be surprised if they end the season like with 11 or 12 wins at all. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, but I think there's teams here that have the chance to have
Yeah,
13 wins.
I'm okay. I mean, if you want to say the Bills, I'm okay with that. I mean, I think the thing with the Patriots is Drake May is great right now, yeah, but he is still in his second year, and he doesn't really have any supporting cast yet.
Yeah, but just cakewalk schedule. Like
I
that
can
schedule's
concede to the Bills.
okay. Fair enough.
They're in a rough stretch right now, though, man. But it's okay. The thing with the Bills right now is that it's a big turnover spike the last 2 weeks. Like they had so many fumbles 2 weeks ago, and then this week with against the this week against the Falcons, just Allen was turning over the ball. I don't think that's gonna keep up. They're gonna get hot again. I think that was more of a fluky stretch.
Yeah, definitely a fluky stretch of games. If they lose 3 in a row, we'll have the
Two.
alarm bell
They're
sounding.
four. Oh, if they lose 3 now, you're
Yeah, if
right.
they lose 3. But
Yeah,
for
I'm
right now,
okay
I'm
with
not too
saying the
worried.
Bills for now.
Okay, who do you got for the NFC?
It's pretty easy. I know I said I was gonna get into this earlier, but I said the Buccaneers. Easy division, easy schedule. They still get to play the Saints twice. They still get to play the Panthers twice. They get to
Yeah,
play the Cardinals. They get to play the Dolphins.
I mean, yeah, barring a complete collapse, I don't hate that take either. I had that team
Yeah, and
down. The other team down I
it's
had
hard to see a
was
it's sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, you go on.
It's just hard to see a collapse with that easy of a schedule.
Yeah, and if they can do really well without a lot of their starters in, I have complete confidence that they can keep sailing. The other team I had here was the Eagles. Kind of like what you said with the Chiefs. It's kind of like inevitable, you know. Uh, I think they're just gonna string together a lot of wins. But I don't hate the Bucks. I don't hate that at all. I'm fine with
The
picking the
Eagles are
Bucks here.
probably my next up. Um, they just looked a little bit off so far. The run game, like if that run game doesn't get going, then I don't think they have a chance.
Yeah,
Because that's what they build their entire offense off of. They can't rely on just Jalen Hurts to throw the ball.
and I think
And
it will get going, but definitely a little concerning that it hasn't yet
yes,
this
yeah,
stage of the season.
yeah, and I think the Buccaneers, like, I think just as they have an easy schedule, I think other contenders have hard schedules. The Seahawks and Rams are other two teams that could have a chance, but they have to play each other, and they also have to play the 49ers, who I think will still be really good in the regular
Yeah,
season.
another
The
team.
Lions and Packers got to play each other, and they also got to play the Vikings and Bears. Those are by no means easy wins. And even the Eagles and Commanders have to play each other.
Yeah, speaking of the
So,
Lions, toughest schedule in the league to
mm,
end the season. They have to face the Buccaneers, the Steelers, the Packers, the Eagles, the Rams, and the Vikings twice. Not to
that's rough.
mention the Cowboys and the Commanders and the Giants. The Giants are the worst team on this list, and they're still a team that's beaten teams like the Eagles. Like, none of these opponents are easy.
That's a great point. Yeah.
I mean, I almost had my hot take being the Lions will miss the playoffs, but I think they could string it together. We'll see. But it's a really tough schedule.
That's a crazy hot take. I would have loved to hear that one, but yeah. Yeah, that is a really hard schedule. I didn't realize that. So thank you for bringing that up. That's rough, bro.
Yeah, super rough.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's our clutch call. So we decided in the AFC, the Bills are the favorite to win the conference, and in the NFC, it's the Buccaneers, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's all the football we have today. Let's get a little bit off topic. Ronnie and I each brought a movie franchise with our favorite movie from that franchise, and we have to argue
Yeah,
what the best one is.
what the best one
I'll
is.
I'll start out. I brought Marvel,
Okay.
and I think it's not very close. I think the best Marvel movie is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Wow. I think I had that one as my third, if I remember
Okay, who do
correctly.
you, okay.
For me, I also think it's not particularly close. My favorite is Winter Soldier, Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is so overrated, bro.
No, bro, that
We
movie's
watched it
awesome.
together over summer. It
It's
was great,
a great spy
but it's
movie.
not like
Captain America, probably his best movie in terms of like performance. They give him so many awesome things to do. The elevator scene in that movie is crazy.
yeah.
Bucky, before they ruined the character of Bucky, this is one of his best movies. He seems like an actual like crazy threat in this movie, and he's ore farming every step of the way.
He is.
Like I didn't realize he had motion like that until I watched Winter Soldier. And I was like, damn, Bucky
Yeah.
might be one of my favorite characters.
Our friend group is so high on the Winter Soldier, and I love the movie, but it's like I don't think it's in my top 5 for Marvel.
Fair enough. I think it
Um,
it just encapsulates the best of Marvel before this kind of I won't say new era
mhm.
because the new era is kind of old now, but like before the Guardians of the Galaxy era, like Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
really kicked off a different tone for the whole Marvel series, and I
I
think
just love Guardians, bro. It's so fun.
it is it, it
It's
it
not
is.
only my favorite Marvel movie, it's a top 4 movie of all time for me.
Here's what I'll say: the thing about Guardians is the villain is just kind of forgettable. Like, there's not the best villain in that movie. The comedy is
I
great.
disagree. I feel like I'm okay with you saying that for the second one, but I feel like
Whoa,
Ronan in the first one is great.
second one had the most memorable.
No, the third one did. The third one did. The third
I
villain was
I did
goaded.
I disagree. I think the Planet Dad was the most memorable.
Really?
He
That
was
was the most memorable?
he was actually connected to Chris Pratt, who's
It
the
was
main
by far the
character.
worst Guardians movie.
I agree. It's the worst Guardians movie by far.
It was a great movie, but it was the worst out of the Guardians
It
trilogy.
was an okay movie, but I think the villain was definitely the most memorable. I won't say best. I
Wow.
think Volume 3 probably had the best, but in terms of what I remember, like wow, that was a cool villain. I'd
Yeah.
say Volume 2.
Okay. I think a big thing for me for Guardians 1 is also like I don't think it was the first Marvel movie I watched in theaters, but it's the one that got me like into Marvel and excited about Marvel and like wanting to see more. Before that, it was always just kind of like my dad would take me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like it was fun, like I liked the movies, but Guardians, like I immediately fell in love with Guardians.
That's crazy because I think Guardians is the first Marvel movie I've seen too. Somehow
Really?
it's not my favorite. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first I've seen. I remember a long time ago we went to like a cabin in Strawberry or something. They had it playing on the TV. I was just
Huh.
watching it. But
I know also like you're more of a recent Marvel guy. Like you didn't watch it growing up. You've watched most of the movies for the first time within the last year or two, yeah?
yeah, the only ones I really watched like as they came out were like Spider-Man, I think Deadpool maybe. But yeah, I just finished the whole up to Endgame. I think
Nice,
Winter Soldier's
nice.
the best. Seeing them all together.
All right, all right. So what franchise did you bring, Ronnie?
I brought Star Wars. I'm not
And I already know how much I hate your take.
I'm not particularly big on Star Wars. Do you even know what my favorite movie of the series is?
No, but I know you don't like my favorite movie.
Fair enough. Uh, I'm not particularly huge on Star Wars, but I will admit the first three, not the prequels, but the first three that came out are pretty
Four
fun
through
time.
six.
Yeah, 4 through 6. My favorite Star Wars movie is 6, Return of the Jedi. The capstone for the trilogy.
Wow.
Everything comes together. I love the Luke and Darth Vader, like the confrontation at the end, and they kill Palpatine before he somehow returns. Uh, I love the planet with, is it the Ewoks in the trees? I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the ghosts that appear at the end, the big party and the trees and stuff. It's just such a cute, like fun movie, and I think you can't go wrong with any of the 4 through 6. Although Empire Strikes Back is my least favorite of those three. But yeah, for me it's Return of the
That's
Jedi.
wow. Empire Strikes Back is my second favorite Star Wars movie. I'm surprised you said Return of the Jedi. I like that take. I don't think it's in my top three. I don't remember what my third one was. But yeah, I mean I think that's a good take. I'm okay with that. Mine is Revenge of the Sith, episode
Mm,
3.
yeah.
So one of the prequels. It's just so amazing, bro. It is. And okay, I give your argument because I've heard this argument before and I hate it and I'm going to tell you everything that's wrong with it. So go ahead.
Okay. To start, this movie hinges on the first two prequels. Like you gotta kind of watch. I mean, same with 4 through 6, but those two movies are a slog. So already going into this movie, I'm already done. I'm already checked out of the prequels because the first two movies were so bad. Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie. I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, but
You
Attack
haven't
of the
seen
Clones.
Rise of Skywalker?
No, why would I subject myself to that?
Just to see
Anyways,
it. I don't know.
in terms of the story of this movie, I admit the last fight is kind of cool. Even though at one point I think Anakin says, "From my point of view, the Jedi are the evil ones." But the arc that he took to get there just made no sense to me at all. 2.5
Wrong.
movies of him being a good guy, an honorable guy, and then he gets one
Wrong.
thing whispered in his ear, and he goes and kills the younglings. Just like that, he
You just
turns
don't
evil.
get it. No, you just
What do
don't
I
get
not
it.
get? Tell me about it. I want to get it.
Okay, first of all, it like was very clear that like he showed signs of like not being like pure like the Jedi are, right?
Yeah, it was very
And
clear.
he was always
You're shoving it down your throat.
no, he no. There were like little things of like character traits that like he showed that weren't like Obi-Wan always had to like correct him. Like constantly he was on him. And
But he
he
had a
was
good
always
heart.
close with Palpatine. He was always close with Palpatine. He had that relationship and it was so easy to influence him because he had that relationship. And also, Palpatine has the freaking Force. He uses the dark, like he can control. He can't. It's not that he's fully controlling his mind, but it's like he can influence a lot easier than anybody else can. It's not like he just flips a switch. Obviously, like it is
He does.
quicker how he turns in that movie, but like throughout, like the prequels, it is a slow build up, and you can see that watching back.
I
Like
think
you can tell it's about to happen.
I don't think it's very much of a build up at all. I do agree with you that there are like little nuggets of, oh, he's not, pure Jedi of heart, but he still had a good heart for 2.5 movies. And was he really that close with Palpatine? I get the whole Force thing, but that close where he kind of just shoves everyone else aside who's on the Jedi side, who's on the good side, to go be with the evil Empire, and then just kills children like it's nothing.
Okay,
Like, how can you convince someone to kill children, all the children, in
you
that quick of a
can't
time?
just dip your foot in the pond with the dark side of the Force. Once you're slightly in, you have to go all the way in because you're not gonna like go back to the Jedi and be accepted. You're gonna get killed. So once you're in there, like, you
Kill
have
children?
to listen. Like, you have to listen to Palpatine because he's gonna, like, you probably couldn't kill him. It's freaking Palpatine,
So
bro.
you kill children.
If that's
So
what Palpatine says, it's. I mean, I'm not justifying it, but like, it's him or them.
That's fair enough. I just don't think it's done very well. I get what you're saying, but that's not in the movie I saw. That's not clear.
Alright.
That's not clearly in the movie I saw. I'm just
Pisses
not a
me
big
off,
fan of the
but
prequels.
that's fine. It's subjective. It's subjective. That's fair.
It's not the worst take. Like, I know a lot of people love Revenge of the Sith, but if you said like Attack of the Clones, then I'd like side eye you.
I will say, like, Empire Strikes Back is like right there for me. Like, it's very, very small, the difference between Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith. So it's not like Revenge of the Sith is by far my favorite Star Wars movie.
Fair enough.
Also, shout out Rogue One. Love Rogue One.
Shout out Solo too. I didn't hate Solo. I didn't hate Solo. I didn't hate it. It was fun. It was a
that
fun
might
movie.
be your worst take of the day, bro.
I didn't say it was a great or anything, but I didn't hate it.
Damn. All right. I got to rewatch it. It's been a while since I watched it, but I didn't like it, and I'm huge on Star Wars. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's about all we have for you guys today. Ronnie, you have any departing words?
No, just see you guys next week. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe below. It is completely free. And make sure to turn off notifications so you get notified for future episodes. Also, make sure to like. Please leave questions in the comments if you want to see us answer those on the podcast. We are dying to see some of those questions from you guys. Follow us on social media, which will be linked in the description. And we will see you guys next week on Clutch 10.